At this point, like I say, you start looking into, so what does cause illness? Now, not to say that I have a perfect model, but one place to start is, well, let's look at the four things that I've mentioned that cause illness. One is injuries, you fell off a horse. Two is you're starving. This could be nutrients, fats, proteins, trace minerals, clean water, starving of love, nourishment, emotional support, shelter, clean water, you name it. You could be starving of lots of things. You could be poisoned, and there's a whole long list, as long as your arm, of glyphosate, electromagnetic fields, et cetera, et cetera. Or you could be delusional, and every time you're delusional, meaning you believe in make-believe stuff, you will eventually act on that and do something that will harm you. My guess is once people understand that the old germ model is no longer valid and this model is valid, they will start to demand, we want a world where everybody gets fed proper food, where they get an emotionally healthy place to live, where they're not inundated with toxins. So to put this on a very practical example, when you talk about milk, you go from just worried about whether there's bacteria or listeria or something in the milk, so you just heat sterilize it and essentially denature the entire food, to now we become a culture that cares about the health of the cow and whether the cows are eating toxins, so whether they spray the fields with glyphosate or put artificial fertilizers or have cows eat dead cow parts or cardboard, all of that will eventually find its way into the milk and sicken and poison the consumers of that milk. That is what we would start to care about at that point. So we would demand some system, maybe something that we create ourselves. If you want to sell us our milk, we have to know personally some sort of verification system of people we know and trust, not government agencies which lie to us over and over again, but something more local, something of people you can actually question, farmers you can actually talk to and visit their fields. How do you care for these cows? Is there anything toxic in the cow or in the milk? You may want to do some tests. So we would have a proliferation of labs that actually do testing to see whether there's any poisons in our food. And so we would know for sure, just citizens, people, men and women coming together to say, we understand how this works, and we are not going to consume products that were not grown or made in the right way.